And then it was the end of term concert. They were making a concert at college. And everybody was practicing to do their part. And he asked me, sing this song, you know? So I went there and I felt very good. Everything was ready. And then they were calling people to, they said, okay, you are third on the program. And I felt nervous. And then what happened is that there were some people outside selling beer. And I felt, no, maybe I should take some beer and that would calm my nerves or something. You understand? That was where my mind, and I went and I took a bit of beer. Then when it came the time, they said, okay, and they introduced me to sing, and I went to sing. Everything went wrong. All the PA system, all kind of strange, funny thing was going on. And I knew it instantly. You took the beer. Instead of trusting inside, you went to something, because you went to that. And I saw it so clearly. And from this day, I would never do anything like that, to go to something external, to try and get courage, rather than going to the Lord, going to the heart and do it. That was my mistake. And the pain was so strong. Nobody, I mean, for other people, maybe they saw like, wow, you know, you can't do this. They say you can't do it because some of the PAs, the sound system's not working properly. The next act go on, PA system working fine. And I knew it. The lesson was learned. Yeah, it was such a burning inside. And many of my lessons in life were like that. They were so striking that once they happened, I don't need to make this thing again, because it was so painful. These things had to get burnt out, you see. Still, I knew that God was with me. I knew it. Every day miracles were happening and so on. But still, sometimes your ego comes and it wants to take claim of something. And you identify with this. And then in that moment, you got burnt again. And I was very grateful for these burnings. They were really strong teachers for me. They were like fire teachers. They're lightning and thunder teachers. Because so painful. See? And sometimes you think you have an intention to do something. Once I was also on a bus, and those days there were conductors on the buses, so there's a driver and a conductor. Now they don't have this, they only have a driver. And I went on this bus and I saw this conductress, a woman was conductress, and she was so kind. She had such a lovely kindness about her. People coming, she always so kind. And so I felt when I was leaving the bus, I would touch her or something. I felt like somehow like it would be a kind of blessing or something. So as I was coming out, I put my hand on her and she pulled her hand like this. Because to her, it felt strange or something. And in that moment, I realized, wow, that was so painful. Because this projection come from your mind. It wasn't spontaneous. And it was an education to learn and discern the difference between the mind and the spirit. That things were happening when they came from the will of God. They were completely spontaneous. Something was fresh. It's like there was nobody there doing anything about it. You're simply talking to someone, hey, how are you? You good? And they say, oh, man, it's the touch. You touched my back. It's been hurting for so long. It's just like it's gone. But then there was no intention. Not like, I choose to do this. It was like happening. And there was something that needed to make this changing over of thing. That how can I get out of myself? How can I get away? How can I move out of the way of this beautiful energy that's expressing without me as a person? Because the me was still there. And it took coming to India, I guess, to being in the presence of a living master, can you say like that? Because the mind is too fragmented to learn from God directly some things. Like these burnings, yes. But I don't know. to come here and somehow some things inside had to get pulled up. It is like this power put its hand down your throat and grab them and pull them out. Not a very nice picture, but to come out. That's what had to come out. Softer medicines would not do. And this is why I say, you ask God, please help me to get rid of my waste. And he sticks his finger down your throat. That's not, don't do it like that, no. But then that's speedy, it's fast, boom, it's out. And then, rather than, going through this slow, something happened. That's grace, but can we appreciate it? We'll always choose a softer option, the shoulder rub or the something. But sometimes you're thrown into the fire a bit.
I feel I would like to explore something or open up. Because I've noticed lately sometimes with some people a lot of insecurity comes, and it comes with this like false self-image that I would be someone, because then if I'm a person I see them as persons also, and it's so tight, and I just want to put it at your feet and I just pray that this insecurity can go, because I don't want to carry it.
Yes, you have to look at it also, slow it down, because you have this power to slow things down, to bring them into a state of hibernating speed, slow them down, to look at it and start by finding out, watching the conduct of your expression. If something is happening there. And you have to stop, and don't try and stop it, but you stop, come down to its level and look and feel what's going on. See the behavior, see something is going like this, and just watch it for a bit, watch it. And then you can start to look at, what is this? What is this saying? What is the communication here? What is it saying? And then you can start to look, and you see that, what is wanted from this? Why is this strong? And you start to just keep looking. And sometimes I say to people, write it down, because where I'm going to point you, your mind, if it's truth in it, your mind is going to start to try and escape from it. It is like these things, this is why they call like spiritual forces or something. It is as though there's some force internal to us that works for duality and to keep you in the state of personhood, you see, and insecurity, because as long as it bites in this fit of this kind of insecurity, it keeps your attention there in this place. Now, say as an example that you give something like this, something comes up, this feeling of insecurity, and you look and you say, oh, the insecurity is about what? You can look.
Yes.
And you see, you start to look and you find out, well, what it is that this person might say something wants to be accepted. Suppose it's something, feeling of needing to be accepted or to be seen or to be recognized or something, good. And if you are ignored, then it feels like a deep pain is there. Then you're going to look into the truth of this. So there is a feeling I need to be something like a kind of a sort of insecure, some beingness feeling, feels very insecure, and that if it doesn't get acknowledged or welcomed or something recognized or approved of, it will be very painful to be overlooked. Like I'm nothing, like I'm nothing. I'm not worth to be seen or something. It's work. So you're just looking, and you're discovering, what is contained in this feeling. So first your eyes have to be completely clear, because why these things perpetuate is because we've been afraid to look at them face to face. You think you're going to see something about yourself that's so terrible that you can't unsee it once you've seen it. So these are how these forces continue to find residence in the beingness and the mind. So now you're looking and you see, yes, there's a feeling here that, if I'm rejected, then it will be so painful. Then you say, okay, then you can create the scenario, create it, of that actually happening. This person, even maybe someone who has no direct connection with you, and they just overlook, like, hey, what are you doing? You're foolish, or so stupid, or something like that. And this feeling is unbearable, feels unbearable. So you create this scenario in your mind and play it through and feel the pain of it, and try and find who really suffers this. This is some work you have to do, and you have to be real about it. Be real about it and look at it, and feel the pain, feel this disgusting pain. And say, even people you care about, look, and they reject you and say, you go away from here. Who do you think you are? You're nothing. And feel it. And then see who dies here. On whom is it impacting? Who suffers this? See if you can find that one who is suffering. Now, when you put your attention like that, a lot of distractions start to come. It's like you start to get blurred, you can't remember what you're doing. You suddenly remember you've got to go and see someone, it's not the right time, or all of this craziness is going to go on. Sometimes what happens? It's like, okay, I'll come back to that later, and you don't come back. Maybe for another week or 2 weeks. It leaves an unpleasant taste, and something doesn't really want to go back to that, unless inside you're really determined. So how these things are working. So when they come, don't be in a hurry to do inquiry on them. First, allow them to really come and to really shake your house. Feel it. Yeah. And someone, I remember when I told you the story about this boy in school, and he said to me, I told him, Young, at lunchtime, I'm going to beat you up. Immediately, those words, I start to fall apart. Although I was very strong, quite strong kid at school, because with my uncle as well, I had some muscle. I was strong, but I didn't have any courage. I didn't like fighting, the whole idea of fighting and pain. I didn't want to, So it get magnified in my mind. So the minute the person said, I'm going to beat you up, I wanted to give him a big present, like, take this, don't beat me up, I'll give you anything, just don't beat me up, or don't say such an unkind thing, because, my God, you're suffering already, that someone could dislike you so much they want to beat you up, like this. So something inside like this, and yet that experience took place, and it was one of the best things for me, because it just burped something out. There was a kind of a cowardice spirit living in me that is just afraid, and in the same way you have this kind of this insecure spirit. It's not you. This is something has been cultivated, something like this, and this fear, and so much energy goes there, and this energy is coming from the self, and it's going to the no self, the one that doesn't really exist but is imagined. So you have to look at it. This is one beautiful way, is to really invite the feeling, look at the feeling be there, like this, and you feel, and then you start to feel the message in it. Look at it, what is the message? Even write it down. Now I feel like I'm going to burst, like something terrible is going to happen, and just say, okay, something what is the most terrible thing that can happen? What's the most terrible thing? Work with the feeling. The most terrible thing that can happen is what? That everybody who you thought you could depend on, they could rely on, just looked at you like you're fake, or whatever it is. Okay? No, we don't need you. You're not good enough for the work I'm asking you to do. Not you. I want to work with this one. No, suddenly something really, really, all this stuff is coming up. What is it? Identity. This is what it is, this identity. Then you look and you feel this very strong feeling. Then you try and find who is the one, whose feeling is this? Who is the one who is suffering this? And again, you just be very quiet with this and see where's the impact. It feels here. It's all over the show, all over the body. This whole body is its territory right now. Okay? It's all over the body. It's all, and still there is the seeing of this, which is not in this. Yeah. Then you look at it, say, okay, now what can happen? What's the worst thing? I'm going to disappear. I'm so unworthy, so unloved. You're gone. Finish. Look at it and invite it. Be brave. Be courageous. Look at it. Because otherwise you are forever, one after another time, backing away, apologizing, running after people just to get their little, and you feel cheap. You feel you've lost your self-respect, actually. Yeah? Because something feels disgusted inside. That what are you doing even to get what? Somebody just to tell you, well done. Like a puppy, well done. Now I feel better. I've been seen, or whatever. So this is not you. This is not you. This is all the fake. It comes from an idea we've been carrying of who we are. And it takes courage to look. Something brought you to these satsang. Why? So that these noises will be washed out. Because if they're not washed out, you see, it's not enough. People think, oh, I realize, I understand the truth. It's not enough. You meet a partner, you're in love. Sometimes love is not enough. Sometimes it takes wisdom and courage and understanding how to be in that love. To love, I love you. It's not enough. Sometimes your love is too much for someone. Say, go away. I don't want all this love. I want someone to tell me, to kick me in the ass when I need it. I want somebody to love, I love you. No, it's very irritating. It's not enough. There must be some wisdom also. There must be some courage. You must have some strength to walk away. To walk away from your idol. To walk away from your role model. To walk away from anything. Because it is not true for you. Do you have this courage, you see? Or do you want this thing so much that you'll continue to bring shame in your heart just to get something because somebody tell you, yes, you're okay. So don't be so small. So these things we feel, and you have to look at them because you have the courage. I've shown you also how to look and to look at these things. And sometimes when the feelings come next time and they are burning inside, your attitude will be different. You'll be happy. You'll be grateful. You'll say, thank you for throwing me into this fire. And oh no, my flag is falling apart. This is kindergarten stuff. You have to grow out of this. You have to be able to go in the fire fully and say, pour more gasoline on this fire. Don't try and save anything. So burn quickly, I don't care, let it burn. So like this you do. You have to be on fire sometimes, because when these forces, they've been in there, inside, breathing, they're like some vampire force, some parasite force is sucking your energy, keeping you constantly fixed in your bodily existence. So you have the power to look and say, okay, now this is like, I'm being taken over. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Like this thing is spreading like a cancer. This vibration inside. You say, okay, go, you've done it before. It's not new. Let's go, come, go on. See if you can spread to my heart. Come. And then feel this thing and like I say, go through those simple steps. Let the feeling be there. Look at it. As you begin to focus, you start to get a bit blurred. Like something doesn't want to cooperate or to support identifying these energies. So you just wait, be persistent, because little by little bit they're going to come. They cannot hide forever. And the more strong you are, like I say, it's like your vasanas are living in a glass house. They can't hide. They start to come. You start to feel it. Nobody gave you this, is it? Like I say, homegrown inside. And you start to feel. Then you say, okay, now this thing, you feel the power. It's nasty stuff. Then you see, what is the message? What is the message of this? The message is, I'm not good enough, or nobody really loves me. Nobody saw me. I did all of this work for nothing. Nobody even appreciates, or whatever it is, it can be. Or somebody finds you more beautiful than me. You're more talented than me. I hate you. Hi, how are you? Okay? And all of this stuff. And you're looking, and then you look at this and say, can I see myself another day living with this feeling even? Then now today you look at it.
MooJi,
Huh?
I can't see myself live another day with this feeling.
Yes.
And I really want you just to put more control on now. And I want to just expose this fear that there is sometimes, or a lot of the time, of rejection. And often it's very much comes up with you. Like I just want you to burn it. Because I can't live one more day.
Yes. Then this lesson is same thing for you. It is the same thing. Some have fear of rejection.
Yeah, it's
right?
exactly the same.
And it comes up with me. The only one here who won't reject you, who cannot reject you, the only one who cannot reject you, and this one you fear will reject you. You see? This is what happened.
What happens now is I can see it as love now. Even like that's the change that has happened from the beginning. The person was completely identified and thought, oh, you don't love me and this. Whereas now I can feel your love still. But something is still, I can see it acting out, or I can see the person coming out.
Yes.
And it feels like such a limitation and such a...
The mind will also, like I say, for a while, because you are not in victory yet. You have not transcended yet, so to speak, no? Because you have to transcend the mind in this way, because that's the game, that's your game in there. And something feels fear of rejection or something like this, that I will reject you or whatever. And if the mind, why me? Because your relationship with me is the one that can take you through this. So what the mind will try and do is to discredit me, or to make what I am, be the one who is almost in the way, because if I wasn't there, you wouldn't even have this feeling. That's what he was saying, you see. Now I am here, you got this feeling, you see. So even this thing, it come, and it's something, he's going, you see, you're not good enough. He didn't see you. Look, you see? And this ego, it loves evidence. See, he's got it, logs it in date and time. He did it again. So it works like that. And we know this kind of mechanism. But when it comes up, you have to really stop excusing it. Stop taking the wrong interpretation, which somewhere inside is not true. But something is so bitten into this feeling that you just cannot cooperate with it. So you step forward now. You say, I'm not prepared anymore. I don't see myself tomorrow. I cannot see myself beyond this day wearing this same feeling inside my heart. You see? No, I cannot see it. Because in the same way, when you're constipated, you feel terrible. You have to get out of it. Because what? You're full of shit, basically. So you can't nobody can walk around in that state. Understand? Because you have to get rid of it. And so also we are constipated with these vasanas, and somehow sheltering them, Now how can this shit be part of you? You see? So somehow something is there, and it can only get away with it by creating certain ideas. Interested, like you see, look, and then you start to compete. You're trying, so you're in the game. You bought the story, and you're in the game of trying to be seen. And the more you try to be seen, the more you're overlooked somehow. The game goes like this, and it just intensifies. So how is it going to be broken if not like this? So you know this thing, you feel it, you see the game that's being played, and now is the time. Tonight, now, here is the time to look at it. And this thing is here. It's inside the body, and no matter how much you try to read the scriptures, it's still there. It's still there. The scriptures are there, and this thing is here. Your mantra, maybe sometime for a moment, then it comes back in again. How are you going to break this? I'll tell you like this. Don't fight it. You cannot fight the mind. Just understand who you are. Mind gets away with it because it keeps giving you an image of yourself that you keep buying. And as long as you buy this image of yourself, you're in the game with it. How to come out? I said, like I said, you can look, you feel it, you see what it is that is, why this is burning. Because it says you are not good. And who is this you who is not good? Who is this you? Is it real? Is it tangible? Can it be identified? Can it be recognized? And here you become very still and try and find this one who is suffering this. Who is the one who is today? This is today's tragedy for you. Who is it? And just be quiet and look, and don't swap this investigation for a lesser thing. Stay with it. So write it down, what you're looking at, like this. And you start to feel the burn. Yeah, you feel the burn, but you're not interested in the burn now. You're using the burn to find out who really suffers this, and what will you find, you see. Has anybody produced the sufferer of this? The insecure one, the jealous one, the one who's afraid that, okay, if this person doesn't see me or this person leave me, my world is over, and believing all this nonsense. Who is this one? Can you discover this one, you see? And you say, I can't find it. I said, yeah, it's not good enough. Keep looking. Look everywhere. Hunt him down if you can find it. Don't just say, oh, it's not here. Okay, no. Go look for him. Go look for him if you can find him. So that when you discover that it's not there, then you can speak with some authority. Then if this one doesn't exist, then who is the one in need? We look. Still, the effects may still be in the body, but something has changed. Consciousness has actually researched this and actually has found there's nothing here. It's not just deduced that through logic. It's actually walked the steps. It actually looked. It didn't speculate. It actually looked and found nothing is here. And still this thing comes back. And again you look again, right through the same process, and find there's nothing there. And it comes again because he wants to grow. He's coming for oxygen, but you're not giving any. You say, no, let me see your badge. Let me see your credibility. But every time I let you into my house, I lose something. So you come to the door, let me see your badge. If you are true or not. Show yourself. And he can't show himself. He can't come in. That's how you'll break that. And as far as vasanas, there are not many. Most other things you can overlook. You can, just with your own power of satsang, you can slap them out of action. Most of these thoughts. You can turn away somehow. You can analyze easily. But what I call these kind of samskaras or vasana energies, these are more rooted. They are the things. They are the things that have been putting you from belly to belly, life after life. They're carrying because we have not looked at it. You see. So these energies that pull you to go into these states where you're so identified you forget who you are. Yeah. You forget who you are. These vasanas, they are like capsules of amnesia for the beingness. You forget, you cannot find. You see. So when they come, actually take a new attitude. Don't run. Say, good. Because when you're actually here, I can do the work on you. In the meantime, you can simulate. You can try and use imagination to create. But when they actually come, wait for them to come. Yeah. When they actually come, when they really come up, he says, good, now, because now is the real thing. Let's have a look together now at this. And if you have this attitude, it's not long. The mind is on a countdown if you have this attitude. But if you run, you'll be running for a long time. You have to face these things. Each human being must face this. And why? Because you have the power to do it.
Speaking of the countdown, I feel like I've been holding on to this idea. See, it's gone again. No, just like a pressure, like I'm in India, I have X amount of time. I have to get it here.
Don't set yourself up. Don't set yourself up. Don't put any expectation in the mind, because mind will use this. You go, now you only have 2 days. Haha, you didn't get it. You only got 1 day. It's like somebody going, okay, name me 5 cities. So you got 5 seconds. You got 4 seconds, and you're doing this, then you will not get it because you intimidate yourself, and you go into fragmentation. So don't worry about this countdown. Let me count down. You just stay put, and you stay here. You staying in your own silence and looking and seeing, but that's another thing has arisen, another feeling. This feels loud. Let's have a look at it. That's as good a work as you can do. This is full work. And what has been happening in satsang is really, you are doing marvelously, because perhaps in no other life have you done this work. Maybe in no other life we have been so distracted by our psychological being, by our identity, that we have never really made it. You never saw. Just in the same way that perhaps you could live 30, 40 years and rarely have spent 1 minute without thought or something in pure silence, because the attention is always oscillating to something, always picking up something. You see? So in the same way, sometimes they say birth after birth, life after life, we have been in a state of distraction, still sleeping. And here in your own satsang, something is beginning to cook. It doesn't feel good sometimes. It's burning, it's burping. So all this, you're farting out all this stuff out of your being. It's not beautiful. It's not the time for makeup. But somehow something is here, and something inside yes, I want to take my chance. Because we are too quick to concede. The mind will not give up. The mind doesn't get tired. You see, mind is not going to say, oh, I'm so exhausted from troubling you. No, it's not going to get tired. It doesn't take holidays. How can you beat it? It's simply because you have the power. Because the mind is not real. And you are real. But when you think you are the body mind, you are not real. And the mind is there to kick the shit out of the unreal. You understand? In fact, in a bigger way, it's here to help you, to support you actually. So you grow and you let go. You let go of death. You have to let go of death, because we have aspirations for what is perishable. That is death. You see? So these are the things that I have to say and speak like that firmly, because if I don't, then you go to sleep, because your mind sings you a lullaby and you go to sleep for another lifetime. And I think enough of it. Some people have come to that resolve, and what else? What am I doing sitting around reading novels, reading fiction? Already this life is enough fiction, and I'm buying fiction within fiction, you see, and pursuing the wind, all of this stuff. And something starts to grow up. You look, you say, how in this mighty universe, even look up at the stars, how magnificent, nobody can understand them, but mighty power. And that power is moving inside this body, like this, and yet we know nothing at all of who we are. We are running about just, dying just to pay your rent, and oh my God, this, somebody doesn't like me, and I'm falling to bits, I can't even go to work. This is very poor, actually, because the great power is inside this body. And we give it a very lowly title to call it a person. So we have to come out of this. And all of life is helping us to come out of the person, because the person is going to hurt. It's hurting itself and it's hurting other. But that is the realm that the consciousness dwells for a while. And it seems like in human time, it's for thousands of incarnations. But for the Supreme, maybe just the blink of an eye. So I just feel we come with a kind of urgency to say, look, do this now. Not because, I'm going to die. No, because you have the chance. And because it's who you are also. And what is the truth of that? That each time as you are looking from this place, how much things open up, how much freer you are, how much lighter, how much more kind, how fearless you are becoming, how happy, you see. And when you're living under the dominion of your own projections, how small we can be, how little. You see? So this is it. Of course, everybody has their own stuff. Everyone has something. Something holds us here. It's that holds us here. A seagull is a bird and an ostrich is a bird. But an ostrich can't fly. It's got wings. When trouble comes, and then he sticks his head in the sand and wait. Yeah. But he's also called a bird. Can't fly. Doesn't know the sky. Can only look at it. Can't get there. The ego makes us like this ostrich. Yeah. Got wings. Got a body big like this. Wings big like this. We can't fly. We can't get out of the way. We cannot get out of our own way. Like this. So when we speak about these things, it's really to inspire. Why? Because you have all the power is in you already. You don't have to go on. It's not like money. You can run out. You have to go and borrow from your sister or from a friend. You have all the power in you. See, but access it, use it to transcend this dream. For some people, it's a nightmare. Some are waiting for the dream to become nightmare. You see. So the vasanas help the consciousness to wake up from a sleep of ignorance, because it burns, it hurts, and then you have to look. It helps you not to go to sleep. And we all know this thing. It doesn't matter. No religion is exempt from these energies. You may not call them vasanas, we may have a different word for them, but energetically it's the same thing. It's something that keeps you just body bound and produces so much aggression, so much selfishness, you see. So of course we have to overcome it. And I say the good news is you have all the artillery. You have all the power. You have more than enough power. You have more than enough power. But while we are not aware of this power, then we are enslaved by our own projections, that's what to say.
MooJi, can you advise me on something? If I'm going to be totally honest and move in my truth right now, I would leave. Because I feel like this food you've given is all I can eat right now. And it's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. But maybe you talk for another hour and being near you is so powerful also. So how would
you don't have to eat. If you leave it, I point you to where you're at and you stay in where you're at. Then if I'm serving more food, you don't have to eat, you can be there. Because, I am not really just giving you, I'm not weighing up my advice to say I give you, 1 kilo of advice. You see? I just say, like in here, I just throw the seeds out. And then whoever they speak to, and it will germinate inside that heart. So like this, sometimes I talk for myself. It's a joy to share this. You see? So after a while you've understood this, you can embrace this. Sometimes in satsang, if somebody's too much, they'll just walk out. It's fine, just go out and assimilate it. Some people might say, okay, today you don't come to satsang. You just stay in bed. You stay in bed, you contemplate this thing. You see? Because, yes, it is like, when I speak like this, white fire that burns, it has no color, but it burns everything immediately. Incinerate. You see? And like this, of course, you can feel, okay, it's enough. Oh, it's like this, but it's okay. And I like that you say that.
The other day during satsang, it became very clear for me that all my personal stuff it's not so important somehow. And I came to you and I said I would put it at your feet. And since I did that, it's as if I don't have any past.
Yeah.
So and the future, I don't know about that. But I don't have any past, so it's only now somehow. It's got quite a different outside. And no fear somehow.
when one begins to feel these type of feelings, is because you're coming out of, your logical existence. But that's not to say that logic is part of it. Everything, all your faculties have their place. You see? But you move beyond life. Life doesn't have to be explained to you. Then you come into the magicality of the existence itself. Then somehow your being is open to see beyond the limits of our conditioning. Then you begin to have this inner atmosphere opens up. You start to feel sometimes this things like that if you speak them, it seems ridiculous things to say. But in the experience of them, they are somehow expanding you internally. And your mind is working in new ways. Your perceptive powers are working in new ways. You're not just kind of listening to words. Life is not just exchange of words, but you start to feel like energetically also. You sense beings energetically. You can feel them, but you're not working for this. And also they're feeling you energetically, because you become not just flesh and blood. You're not just like a book knowledge. You're like sentience, living being. And people they sense your feel, they sense your peace. Because we are deeply intuitive beings, whether we like to think of it or not. You see? If we're not intuitive, then how would you feel love, you see? Who can do a discourse on love? Something, a response inside us. Something magical, something ineffable about us. And these powers begin to open up more and more intuitively, more sensing. And when we speak at this level, it's delightful. It's delightful. You see, when you begin to perceive at this level, it's delightful. You can be on your own. You can be on your own. And this whole universe is reporting to you now. Not just your village, not just your town or your country. The whole universe, the energy in the universe somehow you're resonating with that energy. And you don't know how you know things, but you come to know if it is needed. It comes like this. So nobody can limit that. That's what's happening. That's what comes of kind of like letting go of that fear. Be willing to say yes. That's one of the greatest letting go. Yeah, yes to the all possible. Yeah. Yes, Yes. Don't think, am I saying yes to the right thing? No. Intuitively you know. Intuitively, why would you say yes to the wrong thing? So something, yes to whatever is the highest expression, to the highest truth, to the purest love, to the full light of being. Yes to that. And every time you remember, yes. Maybe you walk around all day and you're saying yes. Yes. Becomes the mantra of your daily life. Yes. Yes to truth. Yes. You see, then who will not fall into that expanse inside the heart of pure grace and love? You're just saying yes. Whenever the mind shows it's okay, yes to that, throw that into the fire. Yes to just truth. Yeah, nothing to work out, nothing to strategize, nothing to exchange, nothing to just yes. Yes, that is surrender. That's wisdom also. Yeah. Yes. Some people, only thing they utter are ram. Same thing. Yes. Let that be your highest mantra. Yeah. Yes to the truth. Yes to completeness. Yes. That will clean everything, wash everything out. inside your heart, just humming. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's the most simple thing I can tell you. Let your life be a life of yes to that. Yes to yourself. Yes to the Satguru inside your own heart. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Yes?
Yes. 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 Yes.
MooJi King!